This is a revolutionary breakthrough, rebellious changes as Uranus moves into the sign of Gemini. What does this mean? How will this influence us on a global level, in society? There's a lot to go over and a lot to uncover. Gemini rules the third house in the zodiac chart, ruled by the planet of Mercury. This is an air sign, so it is quick moving. It does have to do with communication in general, but more so with your daily communication, who you communicate with on a day-to-day basis. It could be the communication that you hear, information that you're listening to, that you're talking about, things that on a daily life level are influencing you and affecting you. It also does rule social communication. So social media could have large advances. It is inconsistent and indecisive because Gemini is those twins. So a lot of indecisive movements, inconsistent types of communication and information that we could be hearing. Mercury, Gemini also does rule trading. So markets, trading in the markets could be very erratic, indecisive market patterns, trading patterns, a lot of volatility, having days where there just seems erratic, where the prices go up and down inconsistently, not following technical analysis or anything. The communication and the information is going to have a large role in shaping the markets. It already does, but now with Uranus and Gemini, especially with crypto, will have a larger role in the financial markets or anything that has to do with technical types of stocks, AI, all of that stuff. Uranus rules the sign of Aquarius. The traditional ruler of Aquarius is Saturn. So while Uranus does rule Aquarius, we also have a little bit of Saturn energy in here as well. It's another air sign, a planet ruled by air in a sign that is ruled by air. Very quick, fast moving. It is innovative. Uranus is rebellious, has to do with technology, electricity, shocking, which could be electrical shocks, or shocking breakthroughs. It's revolutionary, radical. It is unpredictable and erratic, and this goes hand in hand with the Gemini indecisive, inconsistent energies, rebellious and social reforms, humanitarian as well, what's good for the all of people. Gemini, Uranus, both air qualities, very quick moving. We could have a lot of information quickly moving, again, moving at the speed of light. Innovative, inventing new technology, inventive breakthroughs coming through in the field of communication. Also with flight, could be going to space or anything in the air, traveling through the air, communication through the airwaves. Could be something else, again, that we are seeing changes in, and we are, but further changes. Uranus will go into Taurus in July. Then it will station retrograde, enter back into Taurus on September 6th, 2025, and then move back into Gemini again for the final time, April 26th, 2026. And it'll stay there until 2033. So right now we're getting a preview of what this is going to look like when it finally enters into Gemini, April 2026, and stays there until 2033. What can we gather from all this information? Uranus is the fourth outer planet to have changed into a different sign. We have Saturn and Neptune. They moved into Aries. Jupiter in June has moved into Cancer. Now we have Uranus in Taurus, and Pluto moved into Aquarius back at the very end of last year. We have all these planets, this is the fifth planet that has moved into a new sign. Everything is changing. Pluto in Aquarius, that's air. Neptune and Saturn are in fire. Now we have Uranus in air. Jupiter is in water. So we have no outer planets that are in earth signs. There's almost nothing grounding us down. Everything is in motion, commotion, moving quickly. The emotions are pushing us. Emotions are changing the landscape of society. The landscape of government is moving quickly. How people are being ruled, what they're taking, what they're not taking, what they're standing up against, what they're rebelling against. The communication back and forth between people, governments and other countries. Everything is shifting and changing. How it was is not how it was is any further. It's all shifting and changing into this emotional breakthroughs. Communication is changing how we are communicating with other people. How, why, when, where. Everything is shifting. People's ideals are shifting on how the government can rule over them, how government rules over people. And because there are obviously more people in the world than rulers, this is a time where I feel that people are going to start to see that they can make the difference, to stand up, to say no against different things that have gone on in the past that are just outdated and need to be changed. And with Uranus moving into Gemini, that is the communication between people back and forth quickly, making revolutionary progress and changes. Neptune and Saturn in Aries, it's the self, people speaking in between to each other because they're having self-realizations about themselves, expanding their emotions, expanding the freedoms of their emotions to make a difference, to have their voices heard, to have this more of a humanitarian, everybody, I don't want to say everybody equal, but justice for all type of energy. That's how I see that. Things will clash, things will shift, but they're shifting to fit more of how people are shifting and changing. Humans evolve very well. Things happen and space causes changes on our planet, but humans evolve and shift as the energies shift. And I feel that we are going to evolve and shift into almost like to a different level, to a higher level. And the things that we have been dealing with for however long will be forced to also shift and change. And that's also where the Saturn in Aries comes in. Governments and people, society, and things that have the highest amount of power, that are the most comfortable, will have the most difficult time in shifting and changing because they don't want to let up on the power that they do currently have. I mean, if you're a king or a queen and you hold all the power to everybody, why would you want to change that? But things are shifting and changing because people are changing. Okay, enough of that rant. Let's move into looking at some countries here. As Uranus moves into Gemini.
Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?